What's going on, everyone? I hope you're all well, and welcome back to Dragon Age Origins. We are heading to Lothering today, the little village that Morgan told us about, not that far out of the Kakari Wilds. But first, we gotta level up for our local tank. What do we have for you, Alistair? Uh, you see, I don't care about this being an uneven number like I do on my character, because I don't have to look at this. This is his menu, this is his problem. We're already level 6, making a lot of progress. You need dex a lot as a tank. Willpower, 16 should be okay-ish for now. Let's go ahead and do strength. So you have master combat training, or I can improve his tactics menu. I believe he has 3 tactics slots. Let's see. Anything I need the expert training for? Let me look at these. So you need master for the last 3, but you gotta be 12 for that. But we don't need master combat training at all right now. We don't have to worry about that at all. Okay. We're gonna boost his tactics menu then. And then... what do we have? We need taunt as soon as possible, but I also want shield defense. Shield defense is a really good defensive stat. It's way better than shield cover. It's the one we want. Maybe shield will eventually, but shield defense is pretty good. Decisions. Do we want to fast track taunt? We should probably fast track taunt. Like, precise striking is not something we're going to use much. Maybe later game when he has a higher stability bar. Or stamina bar, rather. Then again, if we have taunt without shield defense, we still might get our shit rocked. Okay, since I have some knowledge of where we're gonna go, right here in the further ahead in the Let's Play, I'm gonna go shield defense. That's what we're gonna do with Alistair. So right off the rip, let's go ahead and change his tactics real fast. Self, NA, activate mode, shield defense. So now he has buff defense and threaten constantly. You have pummel. Let me drink. I actually don't remember if he has any other abilities. No, he doesn't. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do then instead. Enemy attacking party member Morgan. His ability shield bash. Then we'll put that at the very end. So he's gonna do it primarily on an elite. And then if there's no elite on the battlefield, he's gonna do it if somebody's just attacking her. He'll kind of like take care of her a little. That'll work out. Make a new save at the start of the episode, and let's head to Lothering. Let's get. Here's the map of Ferelden. I'm gonna be going all over this place.
And I expect each of you to supply these men. We must rebuild what was lost at Ostagar, and quickly. There are those who would take advantage of our weakened state if we let them. We must defeat this Darkspawn incursion, but we must do so sensibly and without hesitation.
Your lordship, if I might speak. You have declared yourself Queen Honora's regent, and claim we must unite under your banner for our own good. But what of the army lost at Ostagar? Your withdrawal was most fortuitous.
Ooh. Let him know, Tegan.
Everything I have done has been to secure Ferelden's independence. I have not shirked my duty to the throne, and neither will any of you!
The Bannerlord will not bow to you simply because you demand it.
Understand this. I will brook no threat to this nation from you or anyone.
Antigon, please!
Your Majesty, your father risks civil war. If Eamon were here...
Antigon, my father is doing what is best.
Did he also do what was best for your husband, your Majesty?
God damn, that cut deep. Tegan the Savage. Let him know. Interesting that Loghain said everything he did was for Ferelden independence. He's saying he fled the battlefield to secure independence.
Wake up, gentlemen. More travelers to attend to. I'd guess that fellow is the leader.
They don't look much like them others. You know, maybe we should just let these ones pass.
Nonsense.
The dim-witted one is a small one.
Travelers.
Highwaymen, preying on those fleeing the Darkspawn, I suppose.
And they picked the wrong
They
party.
are fools to get in our way. I say, teach them a lesson.
I couldn't agree more,
How is that
Morgan.
any way to greet someone? A simple 10 silvers and you're free to move on.
Yeah, it's interesting that he said he did everything he did was to secure Ferelden independence. Like, what is securing Ferelden independence from life? It's a Darkspawn horde. But then again, he said incursion, so I guess he doesn't believe it to be a blight because I guess there's no dragon on the field. We already know that that's not the case because we saw the dragon during our join-in, so we know this is a blight as much as Alistair and Duncan did. Yeah, him saying he did it to secure Ferelden independence is very interesting. You should listen to your friend. We're not refugees.
What did I tell you? No wagons, and this one looks armed.
The toll applies to everyone.
I assure you we're all
That's why
very
it's a
armed,
toll,
Henrik.
and not, say, a refugee tax.
Oh, right. Even if you're no refugee, you still gotta pay.
Not the brightest, is he? Forget it. I'm not paying.
Well, I can't say I'm pleased to hear that. We have rules, you know.
Right. We get to ransack your corpse then. Those are the rules.
Well, I have my rules too. You can certainly try.
Well, this is going nowhere. Let's finish this, gents.
Yeah!
He sounds very dramatic, doesn't he?
Sense something.
Right off the bat, you're gonna stun. You're doing as you're told, that's good. Alright. Start breaking down this battlefield here a little. In general, it's already going really well. This is a slight issue, so Alistair, go ahead and get him off Morgan. Where's the leader? That's where you are. Winter's Grasp. Trying to keep an eye on the battlefield here as much as possible. That asshole with lining. Never want to let the archer just sit in the back like that. Yeah, that guy's dead. Now we can work on this guy.
All right.
That's
We
a
surrender.
lot of blood.
We're just trying to get by before the Darkspawn get us all.
No, now he'd like to surrender, huh? You picked the wrong target.
Yes, of course. We should have been more careful. I'm sorry.
Hand over everything you've stolen.
Yes, of course. The coins we collected are right here. Just over 100 silvers. The rest is in the chests we brought. I swear.
I want some questions answered.
Well, what could I tell you? We aren't even from these parts.
You've been ripping people off here plenty. What exactly have you been doing?
Well, watching for folks fleeing from the south. Chasing from the wilds and farmholders, mostly. There aren't soldiers here anymore, so we help ourselves. We try not to hurt anyone too much.
So they're opportunistic scumbags. I mean, you can see from the background here how much shit they've stolen from refugees and people fleeing the Blight. We do not fuck with this. We are going to get the information we want out of this asshole, and then we're going to cut his head off. What's going on in Lothering?
It's packed full. The band took his men north with Tainted Loghain, so there's no one looking out for it except a few Templars at the Chantry. Well, I was just trying to feed my family, you know?
Yeah, I bet that's really interesting. Have you heard about any survivors from the battle?
Couple, maybe. A group of wounded ash warriors came by earlier. Got right out of their way.
Yeah, I bet you didn't try and levy attacks from them, huh? What news have you heard?
Everyone's saying how the Grey Wardens betrayed the king during the Darkspawn fight. Got him and themselves killed. Loghain pulled out just in time. First thing he's doing as regent is putting a bounty on Grey Wardens.
He wants to clean up his mess, does he? Doesn't want us telling the story. Not only is this guy, by the way, like a coward and a scumbag. Sorry, not only is he like a thieving scumbag, but he is also a coward. This guy wouldn't try and levy the tax from the Ash Warriors, but innocent families, no problem for him, right? I'm done asking questions.
Well then, let me go!
Yeah, that's not gonna be happening, friend. Now you die. That's all you deserve.
I'm not going down without a fight!
I would hope not. That'd be very uninteresting. Goodbye. You Dreadhowl. You hit him with a shield bash. You freeze that guy. You can take a sip. Wouldn't hurt. And that's the end of the Highwayman.
Here we go!
The world is a better place. At least now any refugees that come through here won't be getting taxed. That's just Frost Rock, I'm not worried about that. There's a dead Templar here. They managed to ice a Templar, which is almost impressive. So we are still going to be running into this giant inventory issue. Luckily, quest items don't apply. Any multiples we're good at? Yeah, they have stacks and stacks of things they robbed from people back here. I am definitely glad we made their ass grass. Okay, excuse the cut there. I had to do some spring cleaning in our inventory. Not to worry though, there's a merchant right up here.
Well, there it is. Lothering. Pretty as a painting.
Ah, so you have finally decided to rejoin us, have you? Falling on your blade in grief seemed like too much trouble, I take it.
Is my being upset so hard to understand? Have you never lost someone important to you? Just what would you do if your mother died?
Before or after I stopped laughing?
Right, very creepy. Forget I asked.
And so it begins, the party banter. What did you want to talk about, Alistair?
His navel, I suspect. He certainly has been contemplating it for long enough.
Oh, I get it. This is the part where we're shocked to discover how you've never had a friend your entire life.
I can be friendly when I desire to. Alas, desiring to be more intelligent does not make it so.
Anyway, I thought we
She
should
talks
talk
to
about
him
where
like
we
she's
intend to
scolding
go
a
first.
child. I need to look for Fergus. He might still be alive.
He was out scouting in the wilds, wasn't he? That's what the king said.
Then attempting to look for him there would be foolish. He is either dead or he managed to flee to the north.
Very sensitive.
I am simply saying
She's not
it is
wrong.
foolish to mount a rescue when you have no notion where this man is and the wilds are overrun with Darkspawn. You will either find him somewhere outside the wilds with other survivors, or not at all.
She's right about that. She doesn't need to be sensitive, to be honest. It's just true. He either died in there with the horde or he managed to escape. We need to hear some news before we decide.
But we need to decide what our general plan is for afterwards, don't we? I think what Flemeth suggested is the best idea. These treaties, have you looked at them?
Yes I have.
There are three main groups that we have treaties for. The Dalish Elves, the Dwarves of Orzammar, and the Circle of Magi. I also still think that Arleman is our best bet for help. We might even want to go to him first.
Note that Eamon wasn't at the Landsmeet. Is there a way to contact the Grey Wardens?
Short of leaving Ferelden to seek them out, the only place to send word to would be Weishaupt Fortress. And that's thousands of miles away.
What do you think we should do, Morrigan?
Go after your enemy directly. Find this man Loghain and kill him. The rest of this business with the treaties can then be done in safety.
Yes, he certainly wouldn't see that coming, and it's not like he has the advantage of an army and experience and...
I was asked for my opinion and I gave it. If your wish is to come up with reasons why something cannot be done, we will stand here until the Darkspawn are upon us.
She's very good at talking with the venom. Her suggestion wasn't the brightest, but the general sentiment she gave at the end is true. There's a million reasons not to do something. Then we need to find these people.
I can give you directions, if you like.
Where do we find Aliman?
He'll be at Castle Redcliffe, in the far western part of Ferelden, next to the mountain passes. If he isn't there, someone will be able to tell us where he is.
Where will we find the Dalish elves?
If we head eastward, towards the Brazilian forest, we should hear word of one of the clans that wanders that area. Hopefully they will still be there.
Where would we find the dwarves?
We would need to speak to their king in Orzammar. That means heading west into the Frostback Mountains, which won't be easy.
And the Circle of Magi?
That will be at their tower on Lake Carlenhard to the north. We'll be looking for the first enchanter, whoever that is.
And where would Loghain be exactly?
If he isn't out in the field with his army, he's probably going to be at the palace in Denerim. We can go to Denerim, but somehow I suspect that they're not going to let us just walk around. Only a suspicion, of course.
Yeah, I would imagine you're right. I don't need any more directions.
Then you have a plan.
I'm ready to get going.
Fair enough. Let's head into the village whenever you're ready.
And let's go explore Lothering. Yeah, while we can't just walk into Denerim and chop Loghain's head off as much as I'd like to,
I have a wonder.
it might be worth going there
if
to
you will
investigate a little.
Right.
indulge me.
Do I have a choice?
I'm guessing no, Alistair.
Of the two of you that remain, are you not the senior Grey Warden here?
Uh-oh.
I find it curious that you allow another to lead while you follow.
You find that curious, do you?
In fact, you defer to a new recruit. Is this the policy of the Grey Wardens, or simply a personal one?
What do you want to hear? That I prefer to follow? I do.
You sound so very defensive.
Couldn't you fall into a bush somewhere and die? That would be great, thanks.
I love the party banter in this game. The fact that you get to listen to them roast each other and have their own discussions as you walk around is the best thing in RPGs.
You don't look like the other folk fleeing the south. Were you in the battle?
What makes you think that?
You don't look chastened, so you're not from the wilds. And you're not a farmer. I'd guess you saw some fighting.
Given that we found out that Loghain put a bounty on Grey Wardens, we're not going to go around telling people that. Yes, I was with the King's army.
I thought them that survived already marched north with the Tairn. You must be a survivor, or a deserter. Lucky you, I guess.
I have some questions.
Can't promise I'm going to answer them.
What's going on here?
What isn't? We got chastened barbarians in every farmholder south of Callanhard running from the Darkspawn. Not that they'll be safe here with the army gone.
Who's in charge of this village?
You could talk to the Elder, though she's got her hands full getting everyone on their way. For now, most folks go to Sir Bryant. He's head of the Chantry's Templars.
You don't have a ruling lord?
He's gone to war and taken all his soldiers, leaving us to fend for ourselves. There's not going to be much left when he returns, if he returns.
Were those bandits always outside the village?
Were? You mean they're gone?
I'll take that as a thank you.
Well, goody for you. Now there's no one to drive off the blighted refugees. Sir Brian'll be glad, though. He's been talking about offering a reward for anyone who'd run them out.
Thankfully, the people who let you in here weren't as generous.
Don't let me stop you.
Every man for himself already, huh? Or it even spreads that far.
If you're looking for safe shelter, I'll warn you, there's none to be found. Move on if you can. Lothering's lost.
What do you mean?
We've had refugees streaming from the south for the last 2 days. The Chantry and Tavern are full to bursting. There simply isn't enough food to go around, and we Templars can barely keep order. You'd be better off elsewhere, my friend.
Are you keeping me from going in?
I'm just warning you, things may not be as hospitable as you would expect. People are frightened.
Is anyone in charge here?
The band has marched north with Loghain, so Lothering's on its own. Most folks look to Elder Miriam. Otherwise, you could speak to Sir Bryant in the Chantry, I suppose. It's up to you.
Alright, we'll think about that.
As if we needed more fighting here. Don't you see how scared everyone is?
Hey, they attacked me. I defended myself. If they didn't want the smoke, they shouldn't have created a fire.
Greetings to you, good sir. If it isn't too much to ask, might you spare some bread or anything?
It's a robbed family here. What happened to you?
We thought it would be safer in Lothering, that the Terran would bring his soldiers here. But bandits attacked us and took everything. Our food, our clothes, my daughter's pet lamb. Nobody cares about a few elves. Can you help us?
I met those bandits. They're dead now.
You killed them?
That's wonderful news. Perhaps our belongings are still there.
Hopefully.
I can't thank you enough, friend. Even if we don't get everything back, it's good to know others will be safe.
Those are good people. We didn't loot all the crates, so hopefully their stuff is still there. I suspect the pet lamb might have been breakfast though, so the child might be shit out of luck.
Have you seen my mother?
That depends. Who's your mother?
She's really tall, and she has red hair. We live on a big farmhold, all of us. Some mean men with swords came, and Mother told me to run to the village as fast as I could, so I did. She said she'd be right behind me, but I've been waiting and waiting, and I can't see her.
That doesn't sound good. Do you know where your father is?
He went with William to the neighbours yesterday, but he didn't come back.
I don't think she's coming, child.
Why not? Why would she leave me here?
I don't think she meant to.
But she must be coming.
You can't stand here forever. What if she doesn't show?
I don't know. Maybe I should go home and look for her.
No, don't do that.
Then what should I do? I have nowhere to go. And I'm hungry.
Here, take this silver. Buy something to eat.
A whole silver! Wow, thank you. You're a really nice man. Kind of like father. I should go look for Mother now.
You should go get some food and then go to the local chantry. It is
So I
a
take it you
unfortunate
did not enjoy
reality
your
of
Templar
war.
training?
That's directed at me, I take it.
Do you see
You are the
any
only
others
Templar
about
here.
who have failed at their religious instruction?
I didn't fail. I was recruited into the Grey Wardens.
And if you had not been recruited, what would have happened
She's so
instead?
wonderfully
I would
cunty.
have turned into a drooling lunatic, slaughtered the Grand Cleric, and run through the streets of Denham in my small clothes, I guess.
Your self-awareness does you credit.
I thought you'd like that.
Did you speak to that knight yesterday? Said he was from
Go check out the tavern. Best place to pick up rumors, right?
Everyone in the tavern. How
Sure
are
the
we
barkeep
supposed to
has
know
some
where the
news for
urn of
us.
Sacred ashes is. Might as well ask us how to get to the moon.
He said that all the Redcliffe Knights were looking for it, as if they didn't have anything better to do. I don't get it.
Rumor about the Urn of Sacred Ashes, though. It's a helpful refugee.
You might not want to go in. Tavern's full, and those soldiers are being a nuisance.
Tell me about these soldiers.
They're not here to defend us. They were looking for someone before they started drinking. I hear they almost killed a man because they didn't like his face. I wonder if they're deserters from the King's army.
Why is the tavern full?
Same reason the Chantry's full, packed with people who fled their homes. The tavern keeper's letting folks sleep on the floors, but he can only fit so many. And those soldiers are getting restless.
You seem unhappy.
Is there any reason to be happy? With the king dead, them Darkspawn will overrun Lothering before anyone can organise.
Air in
You
your
think
lungs
those
and the sun
soldiers
in the
could at least
sky.
run off the bandits? I hear someone gave them what they deserved. Wasn't you, was it?
Yes, that was me.
It was? Hey, everyone! This is the one who drove out those thieving bastards! More will probably
You
come,
drove
but it's
them
good to
directly
know
into
some
the
justice is
afterlife.
left here. Thank you.
We will be trying to give out justice as we run into it.
I'd keep your voice down.
Let's see what these soldiers are. Causing trouble in here.
Well, look what we have here, men. I think we've just been blessed.
Uh-oh. Loghain's men. This can't be good.
Didn't we spend all morning asking about a fellow by this very description? And everyone said they hadn't seen him.
It seems we were lied to.
Gentlemen, surely there's no need for trouble. These are no doubt...
That's cute. Loghain gave out our description.
They're more than that. Now stay out of our ways.
Hope he got our good side.
Protect these traitors. You'll get the same as them.
Nice. Threatening the random chantry priest, huh? It looks like he wants to fight. I'm happy to oblige.
Right, let's make this quick.
Indeed. He's not gonna be long for this world. Body tactics are doing very well with his ass. And that's the commander.
Surrender.
Good. They've learned their lesson and we can all stop fighting now.
The Grey Wardens didn't betray King Cailan. Loghain did.
I was there. The turn pulled us out of a trap.
The turn left the king to die.
The Wardens led the king to his death. The turn could do nothing.
Nobody led the king anywhere. You really are blind.
Please wait!
They have surrendered. They were no match for you. Let them be.
Yes, but he was more than willing to just kill you for giving your opinion, and he is more than a match for you. There's a lot of them. No doubt they would have had their way with you and killed you, and we don't let scum like that exist in the world, so that's the end of this, asshole.
But they failed, and I do not wish death on anyone.
Well, then give them a final prayer, sister.
You mean... Very well. May the Maker forgive your trespasses. May he keep you in his sight and guide you.
Goodbye, asshole. And the world is a better place again.
On your guard! Let's make this quick!
I apologize for interfering, but I couldn't just sit by and not help.
I appreciate what you tried to do.
And I know that you did what you had to. I do wish they had backed down, however. Let me introduce myself. I am Liliana, one of the lay sisters of the Chantry here in Lothering. Oh, I was.
What does that mean?
I joined the Chantry to live a life of religious contemplation. But I am no priest, not even an initiate.
And is there something you wanted from me? Actually, I'm a Parisian. Pleasure.
Those men said you're a Grey Warden. You will be battling the Darkspawn, yes? That is what Grey Wardens do. I know after what happened, you will need all the help you can get. That's why I'm coming along.
You'd like to volunteer? Why so eager to come with me?
The Maker told me to.
Can you elaborate?
I know that sounds absolutely insane, but it's true. I had a dream. A vision.
More crazy? I thought we were all full up.
Look at the people here. They are lost in their despair, and this darkness, this chaos, will spread. The Maker doesn't want this. What you do, what you are meant to do, is the Maker's work. Let me help.
Very well. I will not turn away help when it is offered.
Perhaps your skull was cracked worse than Mother thought.
Thank you. I appreciate being given this chance. I will not let you down.
She seemed like she could handle herself to a degree. She's sitting there covered in blood. It couldn't hurt. Even if we don't take her in the thickest of situations, it couldn't hurt to have a chantry whatever she is on our side, right? It's certainly not as simple as her being a chantry sister. I don't think they typically teach the cloth to decapitate people.
You're here about food. Take it up with that bleeding runt by the chantry. I got other gear to sell.
You're out of food?
A whole mess of refugees come in and leave near every night. All have hungry bellies, sad tales, and mementos for barter. I sold that bleeding merchant outside about half my larder 2 weeks back, and now he's charging outrageous sums for all my food.
Ah, crisis time scalpers. More scumbags. And the merchant is getting away with it.
For now, that gouger isn't careful, he'll wind up in the cage with a canary, or worse. Mark my words. People get more desperate by the day.
I'll see what I can do about the merchant.
You will? Odd thing to be doing. But we'd appreciate it.
So, Balin here is the reason why I recommended you get those toxins before you left Ostagar. I'll go ahead and sell up a bunch of stuff here. We do have to be careful because we have a lot of new companions coming up here. We want to keep the things that we're going to be equipping them with. So that's 6 and that's 660. Liliana is an archer through and through. So keep whatever bows you need for her. That is 440, that is 4, and that is 520. So we can go ahead and drop these. These are for a DLC character we want picking up for a while, and I'm sure by the time we get there we'll find better things. So Amulet of Accord is reduces hostility and 10 physical resistance. We definitely want that. Put that on our mage or potentially Liliana. Buy up the health potions, of course. Lesser injury kits. This guy wouldn't happen to have a backpack, would he? Of course not. You can drop the frost rock and the trap triggers though. Right. Back out of here.
You're here about food. Take it up with that bleeding runt by the chantry. I got other gear to sell.
Know of any well-paying work in Lothering?
Check the chanter's board by the chantry. There's good jobs there. I don't suppose you know anything about poison?
I have dabbled in such things.
I figured if I kept asking, I'd find someone. I'd pay good coin for some simple poison. Something to slow them beasties down or make them think twice.
I'll see what I can do.
Thanks. I might have some ingredients in stock. Don't really know what you need.
Right, so now if we talk to him...
Any luck with that poison? Or you here to see my stock?
Oh, okay, we didn't pick up enough.
Glad to hear it. There should be enough around to make some.
Right. Poison making. We just... all you need is venom. Now we have enough.
Any luck with that poison? Or you here to see my stock?
I have what you asked for.
Splendid. If those beasties come on my land, I hope it teaches them a lesson. Yeah, enough gold to cover any of your expenses and then some, eh?
Absolutely. It would typically help to turn in the quest if you actually made what he wanted. The little brain lapse in concentration there. Right, so we want Dawn of the Dead Gods, 100%. We're gonna use that for us. What do you have? You have any caddis? You do. That is 2 dexterity and that is stamina regeneration. Let's get the 2 dex. That'll up his defenses a little. Amulet of Accord is for Morgan. Alright. An interesting thing about Lothering too is Hawk, the main character from Dragon Age 2, is from Lothering, and he's actually in this village right now as we're here. Now you don't see him here, of course, because they weren't ever planning on making a sequel to Origins, but canonically he is somewhere in this village as we speak. And his family, Bethany, Carver, they'll all be tucked up in a house somewhere. Talk to the bartender. He should have some information for us.
You're gonna make more trouble? We've about all we can stand in Lothering now.
I'm not here to make trouble. Actually, sorry about the mess.
They had it coming, and they were trouble enough themselves. So long as you don't start more, I won't get excited.
That seems very fair.
Sorry I can't chat much. As you see, we've a full house.
I'm glad he agrees that they had it coming. Who were those men I fought exactly?
When Tainted Loghain marched by, he left those fellas behind to look for Grey Wardens. I suppose that's you.
Yes, it is.
I have no qualm with you, whatever the Tairn says. My grandfather served. Your secret's safe with me. What can I get you then?
I thought the barkeep was a good man, just by the way he said they had it coming, and that we were good as long as he didn't slaughter anybody else. I figured. I don't suppose you have any rooms.
Look around. People are sleeping on the floors and in the attic. That's how many rooms I don't have.
Have you heard any rumors?
There's knights from Redcliffe wandering the countryside, looking for the place where on dress day sacred ashes are said to lie. Can you believe that? The urn holding her ashes is a myth, and yet these knights say they were sent to find it anyhow to heal our Lehman. I didn't even know he was ill. Maybe he has the blight. If so, then times are even darker for Ferelden than any of us thought. Anything else I can get you?
So that'll be why Arleman wasn't at the Landsmeet. This bartender will actually give you a lot of information on upcoming quests if you just ask him a couple times about rumors.
I hear news from Dinnerham that Tainted Loghain has been declared the new regent. It makes sense, his daughter being the queen. Anything else I can get you?
Heard any other rumors?
I hear that Tainted Loghain, the regent, is calling for new levies of troops. He wants to rebuild the army we lost at Ostagar. Thing is, there's not a lot of spare men to be found. Out at Dragon's Peak, there's press gangs roaming around, grabbing any free man they can lay their hands on. Anything else I can get you?
They're rounding up the locals. I'll be gone.
Luck speed your way.
We got a couple more things to do while we're in this tavern. I don't think there's anything up here. There is this Blackstone liaison, however.
As I live and breathe, you're the Grey Warden everyone's
Kind of just mercenaries of the world. Is there something I can do for you?
I represent the Blackstone Irregulars. We're a mercenary company that fell on hard times after the war with Orlais. I'm sure you know that times are getting worse every day. With your help, the Irregulars could be of use to Ferelden once more.
Why should I help you?
The Blackstone Irregulars fought alongside the King's army against Orlais. We've helped nobles defend their land and given our service to people in need for generations. Our current captain, Raelnor, is an honorable man who sees that we can do some good in Ferelden once more. He is so confident in our mission that he trusted the Grey Wardens would support us.
So you're planning on helping us with the blight? Every hand, right? How can I be of service?
Our leaders thought you might be willing to help. Each of our posts in Ferelden will contain letters addressed to you. Unlike most who work with us, you're getting letters straight from Raelnor and Tauran, our leaders. I hope this tells you how highly the Irregulars regard the Grey Wardens.
I'll take a look.
Thank you. When you've completed a mission, just return to me or any of our members stationed at an Irregulars post. We'll make sure your efforts are rewarded. Maker's blessings light your path.
Right. What do we have here? Scraping the barrel. My friend, there are a number of people who pledged to aid the Blackstone Irregulars in times of need. Those times are now. Here you will find 3 letters of conscription. Deliver them to the people listed below, and return to the Irregulars for your payment. Should any of these people refuse, do what you must to get them to honor their oaths. Conscripts, Dernal Garrison in Redcliffe, Padagrich in Lothering, so where we need to be for him, and Varal Bern Denerim, and this one is from Tauran. Seems fine. Dereliction of Dute. Down and... whoops. There we go. My friend, the Irregulars require a trusted agent to track down and deal with deserters. Do this, and you will be rewarded. These deserters took with them valuable supplies crucial to the Irregulars' future as a supplier of martial services. Deal with these wastes of space as you see fit, and bring the supplies back as proof that the problem has been dealt with. We will ask no questions as to your methods or the final condition of the deserters. Use your own discretion. You will likely find them in the following locations: Samael, Lake Calenhad, Layson in Denerim, and Tornas in Frostback Mountains. Your friend Tauran's from Tauran too. Go ahead and clean that up. We got deserters and just people who took an oath. I'm happy to hold people to their word. How long have we been running here? Around 40 minutes? We'll do one final little loop and then we'll go ahead and wrap things up. This is a little bit of a longer one, but
He says the mages in the
we'll be splitting Lothering into a couple episodes anyways, so...
Hello, stranger. I don't suppose you know anyone that can make traps?
What do you need traps for?
Old man Barlin said that Darkspawn may be coming soon. He's got traps on his farm. I figured I'd put a few on my lands. Barlin wants to poison his traps. I just want normal traps.
Why don't you just buy some?
None to be had. Barlin has all the traps in the village in his fields.
So this is actually a never-ending quest where if you can make traps, you can just constantly sell her as many as you have. It's a good money-making method if you don't use the glitch that I showed you guys. However, we don't already have traps, so the dialogue option here isn't there, and once you say no, you can never talk to her again, so... Sorry, I can't make traps.
I didn't mean to bother you. Sorry.
We actually helped Barlin poison his traps just a second ago. So... making the land a little more deadly.
I'm wondering, Morrigan, do you believe in the Maker? Certainly not. I've no primitive fear of the moon, such that I must place my faith in tales so that I may sleep at night.
But this can't all be an accident. Spirits, magic, all these wondrous things around us, both dark and light. You know these things...
This should be easy enough.
...exist.
The fact of their existence does not presuppose an intelligent design by some absentee father figure.
There's an interesting little debate on religion going on with our companions.
...that we are all here.
Attempting to impose order over chaos is futile. Nature is,
This should be easy
by
enough.
its very nature, chaotic.
I don't believe that. I believe we have a purpose. All of us.
Interesting.
Yours, apparently, being to bother me.
Always the venomous drip on every word she says.
You got a bed for the night. You taken care of.
Seems like you need help, not me. What's going on here?
Ever since good King Kalen passed, refugees and soldiers have been passing through. I'm the elder here, and I've my hands full making sure refugees don't turn to petty theft, or worse. Sir Bryant at the Chantry is seeing to matters of defence and such. He'd have more of an ear for your type.
My type?
Too much to do, and not enough time.
Do you need any help?
I don't suppose you know anything of tonics, medicines, or herbs.
I don't, but my friend does.
Then you may be able to do us a lot of good. All manner of travellers come through, many injured or sick. We do our best, but we're out of supplies. There's medicinal herbs in the woods to the north. If you make a few poultices, I'll scrape together some sort of payment. I'll write all you need to know in this note here.
I'm sure we can make that happen. Give a helping hand where we can, right?
Have any luck finding herbs in the woods?
I didn't need them. Here you go.
This will help many people. You're a good sort, you know.
I try where I can. Alright, so now we've taken care of this little outcropping. We got a couple things to do. We gotta go talk to the people in the Chantry. They mentioned Sir Brian and a knight in there. We did hear about a canary in a cage, and he is over there, so we will go take care of that next episode. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, leave a like and a comment. If you want to support the cause and help improve the channel, there is a tip link in the description below. Otherwise, stay tuned, and I'll see you guys soon with more Dragon Age Origins. Have a good day, guys. Take care.